Have you ever experienced something that you knew that wasn't good for you, but you kept looking at it, maybe even rebuilding it yourself over and over and over? I'm referencing a cage, basically. A cage, some might call it a self-imposed prison in a way. And maybe that sounds funny, but it's really not. I'm looking at notes that I have here because I think that is important. Um, I just kept hearing, don't rebuild the cage because you know its shape. And I had to sit with that and analyze, like, what are you talking about? What cage? What cage have I been living in? And what I got was that the thinking, the way that we act sometimes, at least I know for myself, the way that things have looked in our lives before that are no longer there anymore have shaped certain things for us, certain things that make us repeat the certain behavior within our own mindset, and it's not even where we are anymore. And I was like, girl, you are not even there anymore. And this was a couple of weeks ago. It was a couple of weeks ago, and I realized I was like, wow, that I'm not even living in that state anymore. And I don't mean state as far as where I was residing, in that mind state, in that physical state, in that emotional state, and that even in that spiritual state. But I kept referring back to it because it was comfortable. And I know there's some of you out there that feel that too, that comfortability, that familiarity, that this is what I'm used to. Well, maybe I'll accept it, but no, no, because it's not where you are today. Give yourself credit because I had to give myself the credit. It's like, girl, you are not there anymore. And then I had to list all the things that showed me that I wasn't there anymore. All the things that I had overcome, changed, shaped, spoke out of, or spoke, I should say, spoke myself into believing I was still there. And the reality of it is I'm not. So I know that there are some of you out there feeling this too. I know that there are some of you wonderful people, wonderful women out here that are looking at the same cages that you already broke out of. And seriously, God is asking us today to step out of that cage because the door is wide open. It's wide open for us to pass through. It's wide open for us to step out of. It's wide open up for us to mentally check out of, And if you feel like you have constantly been reliving the same things, maybe it's time to, check the mindset. Because I know I had to. I was like, like I said earlier, girl, you are not there anymore. You are not there anymore. Stop speaking those things to yourself. And I had to take the inventory, write the inventory down. There's days where I still have to go back to the evidence of what is truly true and look at it and read it and be like, wow, I'm not there. Why do I keep want to step back here? Why do I keep? Because it's familiar. It's safe. It's safe. It's safer than moving forward and knowing that you deserve the best. It's safe because the evidence that you were shown in the past told you that you weren't. That's the cage. That's the self imprisonment that sometimes we can live in, that we can reside in. And I'm no better, to be honest. I'm on here doing this video because this is what I have experienced. And I needed to share this with somebody today because I know that somebody out there has been feeling the same way. You've given it all. You've given it all. You've given it your best shot. You keep going back to that same thing that no longer is valid for you because you've already stepped out. You've already started living that new you. It's just that sometimes your mindset tells you differently. And maybe even the people around you is telling you differently. So take account of it. Write down the things. This is a reflection. This is great work to do because I had to do this too. Great work to do. What am I living in right now that shows me that I am there where I used to be? That's a good starting point. And certainly you can shape it and make it whatever way that you need for you, but speak to yourself about that because you deserve the best. Girl, you deserve the best. You deserve more than anything that you could probably imagine. You do. Like I said, you've been through it, you've been through the ringer. Enough is enough. Check yourself. Even if you have to look at yourself from a different point of view, even if you have to step out and look at yourself as a different person, look at yourself and realize, wow, I'm amazing. I'm not there anymore. And then ask yourself the question, why do I still believe I'm here? What area in my life is showing me that I'm still here? And is it something that I believed so hard in that is showing up for me again, even though your reality is showing you that you're not there? I hope I'm making sense to someone out there because I know it took me a minute to reshape, to rethink, to regroup, to reset who I am, who I'm called to be, to come home to myself. I had to come as I was to myself and be like, this is me. And then when I did that, I realized, wow, I have changed so much in these last couple of years. I'm no longer accepting the things that I used to accept. I'm no longer walking the way that I used to walk, talking the way that I used to talk to myself. And I know that there are people out there, I know that you women out there are doing the same thing too. Trust yourself. Trust yourself. If you can, take a account tonight or in the morning. Wake up and give yourself a pep talk. Girl, you're not there anymore. It's time for you to start walking that new walk. Put on those new shoes. Put on that new dress, that new hair, whatever whatever it is for you because like I said, you deserve it. If this message touched you in some way, shape or form, give me a like, give me a follow. Yeah, I'd love to continue on with this. Yeah, but I'm back. I appreciate you guys. Love to you guys. Much love. Bye for now.